I'm going to give you the goods on how to utilize Keep slash Infusionsoft, some automation campaign sequences in order to get more customer surveys, more customer reviews, and potentially develop a relationship so you can drive more repeat business. Hey guys, Jesse here again. I got another quick training for you. Today I'm going to talk with you about the 3 R's, reviews, referrals, and repeat business, and how to automate those processes so that you don't have to worry about manual follow-up within your business. I'm going to give you the goods on how to utilize Keep slash Infusionsoft, some automation campaign sequences in order to get more customer surveys, more customer reviews, and potentially develop a relationship so you can drive more repeat business. For those that don't know, my name is Jesse. I'm the lead designer at RazoRSharp Networks, and for the past decade, we've been helping our clients optimize their online environment and automate their patient and customer life cycle. Today, I'm going to jump right into this training. I know your time is incredibly valuable, so I won't waste a single moment of it. Let's go ahead and jump in. This kind of comes from a conversation that I had with one of our clients. We're actually in the process of building out his Keep application, and we were talking about the 3 R's, reviews, referrals, repeat business. One of the things that he also wanted to make sure that he added to the process was a customer satisfaction survey. And the cool thing about Keep is we actually get the ability to track people through campaign sequences and then pull them out of the sequence when they've clicked through a link, meaning if they click through a survey link or whatnot. So I'm going to take you through the process and show you how it is that we do this. We've done it for our past customers. We're doing it for future customers, and it seems to be a really valuable asset. So I want to share it with you so that you can implement it in your business. So the first and foremost, building your survey is probably one of the most challenging things. There's a lot of applications out there like SurveyMonkey. We actually utilize free application Google Forms in order to accomplish that. And we built the survey out for an e-commerce provider that we support, Doctor's Nutrition Bar, and they had a consumer survey. They wanted to get some insights into their customers, get some insight to who's purchasing, what demographics are, and really to determine where they're going to spend their effort in targeting future customers. So the cool thing is that after you build your survey, and if you're utilizing Google Forms in order to accomplish that, it's actually free of charge. So we love free. But as you can see here, once we create emails and send out requests for people to fill out the actual survey itself, it gives us some really great insights into the customer base. Where do they buy Doctor's Nutrition Bar? What are their ages, sex, other demographic information? How often do they enjoy it? All the way into what they believe the biggest benefit associated with the product is. All kinds of really great insights. So as you can see here, as we go through and have people fill out these surveys, it gives us actionable insights in how the product or for product development. It'll also give us actionable insights. Let's say we were talking about end user experience, or if you're a service provider, maybe you're talking about user experience and or customer experiences. These would be questions that you would develop that would be ideal in order to track key areas for your business. We call them KPIs, or key performance indicators. Now, these surveys get feedback from your customer base on a regular basis, and if you set it up utilizing Keep as a CRM and create a campaign, you can automate that entire process. So the only thing that you have to worry about as a owner or a organization is entering your contacts into Keep and then kicking off that campaign sequence. It sends out the link, does all the follow-up and everything like that. So that's the quick and easy way to do it, and at no cost. You can do it through Google Forms. Now, hey there, Jesse here, and no, this isn't a glitch. I paused your video for a brief announcement. First and foremost, we're expanding here at RazoRSharp Networks, so if you're interested in customer lifecycle automation or believe that you might be passionate about helping business owners expand their organizations, go ahead and jump over to our website, for all the job post information. Secondly, if you're getting value out of any of the content that we've been sharing, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Jump over to our YouTube channel, subscribe, set up notifications. We publish videos almost on a daily basis. This will also help us out with the YouTube algorithm, let them know that we know what we're talking about. And lastly, these videos are meant to be interactive. So if you have any questions, go ahead and meet us in the comments section, and we'll get those answered for you as quickly as possible. Now, back to your video. Additionally, we're building this out for one of our customers, which is the actual follow-up sequence itself. We're utilizing ChatGPT in order to create this follow-up sequence. We create the context, associate it, create a super prompt, create the context, tell ChatGPT in order to act as if, blah, 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 and then what it is that we want as far as an output goes. And then ChatGPT actually originates the content in a matter of moments. And for this one, we're doing a 10 email campaign follow-up sequence with 5 text messages that are all automated in order to nudge the contact or past customer in order to fill out the survey. Now, they click the link in order to fill out the survey. What we do is we pull them out of that campaign sequence and we move them into the next campaign sequence. We wait a little bit, thank them for filling out the survey after a little bit of time, and then we move them into getting reviews. For this customer, it's getting reviews on the Google My Business page because people use reviews a lot these days in order to make buying decisions. And one of the places that we build social proof is for service providers, of course, that have a presence in a local market is Google Business. And so we want to link the Google Business page as kind of the next sequence. But we're utilizing that same methodology, meaning we're creating follow-up, we're creating urgency, we're developing importance, we're, submitting requests, assuring them, and then we have a final call of action. So as you can see on here, we're very intentional about each stage of this, and we escalate the engagement as to, be conscious of the fact that people are busy. In addition to that, we build out, our nudges in regards to text messages. And again, these things go out as nudges so that people that haven't responded to the emails get the reminder along with the survey link. They also get the reminders in regards to review links and things of that nature. But we can build out this entire campaign sequence in a few hours, and it becomes incredibly valuable because what we can do is we can create all the messaging, everything like that, utilizing ChatGPT. We can create the surveys associated with Google Forms, and then we can utilize the Google Business profile in order to build social proof now for people that are attacking a specific geographic area and are service providers. Of course, Google Business or those business directory or business pages and business directories can be incredibly powerful. So if we're trying to bump up Yext, we can utilize that. If we're trying to bump up Google Business, we can utilize that. Yahoo Small Businesses, there's a lot of business pages that Yelp, a lot of business pages that we can utilize and target with this automated campaign sequence that links right into those profiles to leave reviews. And inevitably that gives us the information that we need for a lot of different things, not only for our business, but also for our client businesses, which would include, product development, which would include customer service, customer satisfaction. It would include shipping and shipping development and things like that in order to product and promise fulfillment and things of that nature. So a lot of really great information can be gleaned off of surveying existing customers and also going out and getting reviews. And then inevitably what that does is over time it builds a relationship with those customers. And if you can automate that entire process, this is the campaign sequence that we utilize for our customers and also for ourselves. And it starts off with tagging the customer or importing the customer, importing the data, tagging the customer, or having the customer actually purchase on the actual website itself. We go through a decision diamond here that determines whether or not they're actively involved in a follow-up sequence. Now, if they're in the sequence already, and they make an additional purchase, we don't want to add them back to the sequence. Or maybe we've imported them in the past and we're importing them again because they're a repeat customer. We don't want to add them back to the sequence. So basically, we utilize that decision diamond to determine whether or not they're going to go back into the sequence or whether or not they are going to go into maybe a wait and hold standpoint until that we clean up their contact records. But from here, we have new customer getting started, welcome emails. We have 3-day follow-up emails. We have a wait an additional day. As you can see here, we set up the timing so that it's logical and courteous to their time. We don't want to, these are existing customers, so we don't want to send too many emails to them. And again, we track whether or not they click through and leave a review. We track whether or not they click through and leave a survey. We track through whether or not they have basically provided us any type of referrals. And inevitably what we'll do is we'll contact or connect them with our partner and referral program through this process as well. Provide them some incentives in regards to getting free service and or discounts on future service so that they can refer business to us. So again, when we talk about patient and customer lifecycle automation, the fifth step in that is customer engagement or re-engagement for people that don't have a program, and retention and escalation. One of the ways that you can escalate these contacts and retain them for a longer period of time is by developing relationship and focusing on those 3 R's, reviews, referrals, and repeat business, providing them incentives in regards to participating in your partner and or affiliate programs, and really tying those existing customers into programs that maintain communication relationship with them over a long period of time. So that's all I got for you today. Hopefully you got some insights into that, how you can utilize Keep or other CRMs in order to focus on customer retention and based around the 3 R's, reviews, referrals, and repeat business, and how you can automate those sequences for surveys, customer reviews, depending on what business profile links, or maybe it's on product reviews and things of that nature of people. You can automate that entire sequence via email, SMS, text messaging. And if you'd like to get information on some of the tools that I've utilized today, leave a comment in the comments section, or I'll leave a link in the comment sections where you can sign up for a free trial for Keep, and you can kind of test that out. And if you need any support and have any questions about the information that I shared today, meet me in the comment sections and I'll get those handled for you as well. As always, that's all I got. So I hope wish you the best. And as always, make today and every day a fantastic day. We'll talk with you real soon.